Howdy, folks. I'd like to pass a opinion on a video that Dave Cullen put up, Computing Forever, in response to a video by a feminist where I haven't watched either of these videos because I already know what's going to be said by the feminist and then what Dave Cullen is going to say in response. It's basically just going to be the feminist saying, oh, it's terrible being a woman on the internet, all the harassment, oh, all the horrible words that are said. And then Dave Cullen comes along and says, words. You're getting upset by words. And that was posted on minds.com, which Dave Cullen and a bunch of people, including myself, have migrated over to. Link in the description. Sign up. It's kind of cool. Supposedly free speech. We'll see how it goes. I get that, feminists over exaggerate. Not even feminists, but just, I don't know, women prone to over exaggerating. Victim mentality centered around their gender. I get that. And I get the common response. I could write it myself. I would just rather if, I don't know, the internet was a little more respectful. That if we didn't say shitty things to each other. That would be great. That would be a lovely reflection on our species, If we could actually behave around each other and not be total fucking dicks. A woman came along on the Minds post and said, as a woman I can say that this is absolute shit. Basically expressing that, she has no problem being on the internet as a woman. And somebody came back to her and said, yeah, if you can't handle criticism, then don't be online. To which she agreed. But yeah, the criticism is one thing. It's how the criticism is delivered. And okay, you're going to get on my ass about, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. That you're supposed to just be completely fucking invincible against words. That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. Words have meanings. And if we are training ourselves every day because we're reading shitty words written about us, albeit by somebody who doesn't know us and simply just wants to psychologically destroy us for fun, or because they feel shitty about themselves inside and want to infect others with that feeling. Yes, albeit that is generally the case. What's happening inside of us? We're becoming desensitized. If we're going to become desensitized to a certain sector of words, sector of messages, meanings, because that's what words have, right? They have meanings. If we're going to just shut off from them, psychology, the logic of our minds dictates that we will also become desensitized from all words. It's just a downward spiral of where you just become more and more numb. And goddamn beer. Few people know this better than I do because I was active during Anonymous's heyday as a full-time troll, basically. That's how I spent my free time, is with the rest of my Anonymous comrades torturing people online because it was funny. Okay, you know, you can't deny that exists because I was there for it, okay? There are people online that torment folks just for the hell of it. That culture, and I must go back and say, you know, the sole purpose of Anonymous back then was to target people who took words and offensive images way too seriously, and thus got angry and reacted, and it was hilarious. But that jaded me, and jaded others in the anonymous community as well. You know, either they were psychologically dreamt from the beginning themselves, or they were dragged down by that culture, where eventually, you know, it just became the most cynical fucking group of people on the internet. They just didn't care about anything. Anything whatsoever. Nothing had any fucking meaning whatsoever. Everything was a joke. Which all culminated and gave birth to the two most cynical things on the internet today: memes and the alt-right. That's what that culture gave birth to. Anonymous, 4chan, what have you. And that's why when I get, you know, when I make a comment online or a video online or something, some kind of post, and I get a comment back, I read the first few words very carefully. And if I get a whiff of a sense at all that this person is just being a fucking dick for the sake of being a dick, I tune out. I don't read it. I just say, okay, goodbye. Fuck you, man. Because I don't want to become desensitized. I don't want to have the experience of becoming dumber having read that shit that person felt so compelled to type. Because when somebody does come along and say something interesting or positive, or God forbid, compassionate and loving, I'd like to actually be in a frame of mind where I can take that seriously. So yeah, words have objective meanings. They're there for a reason. Let's not jump on this bandwagon where we go in a complete 180 from what these nutbags are complaining about and say, no, words don't have any meaning at all. They have no consequence at all. Let's not go down that route, because it's planet fucking stupid. And the worst things in history are born of people looking at something that they don't agree with and doing the exact opposite despite it. This bullshit reverse logic. I mean, it's about time that humanity grew up. You know? It's about time that we got a sense of history and psychology. You know, get a bit of an overview here. So I've said my piece, and yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Let's have a adult conversation. And if you can't do that, then fuck you. Be alone in your misery. But please, just if you could, just please don't make me aware of your miserable fucking existence.